Good evening, Detroit, and welcome to the Blue War Podcast. Today we have Grant Shaheen and Anthony Zizio on the mics. We are high school friends that endured the harsh reality of being Detroit Lions fans. And we'll start off the show with who we think is the best free agent pickup so far. Ziz, you're on the clock.
God, I'm going right into it. Who do
We're
I
all
think
gonna say the same person.
the ones we already picked up?
We're all gonna say the same person. I know.
All right, Ziz, you're on the clock. Who's your man?
Well, obviously it's Gardner Johnson.
There we go.
So you think it's him? We only got 1 year. We only got 1 year out of him.
It's a prove it deal.
Yeah, but he's gonna change our defense.
That's true. He's definitely the best one. And having him with Dan Campbell, because when they play in the Saints, I feel like they're definitely going to have an extra kind of team mentality. So I didn't realize that until I looked into it a little bit more.
Well,
And
Andy played with Aaron Glenn too in high school.
yeah,
But not only that, man, he's got swagger. I mean, the last time we had that in the secondary was Darius Slay. You know, Jeff Okuda doesn't have any swagger. I'm sorry, we don't.
that's true. What about Cam Sutton? Don't we have him locked up for 4 years? I mean, that's a good deal. 4 years.
Is it three? I think it's three.
It's three. Yeah, I really like Cam Sutton.
We have a secondary now with playoff experience. Probably the most in the whole NFC North.
I mean, whose secondary is better than ours now?
Packers maybe with Jair Alexander.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but definitely our secondary is really good now. We just got some other pieces we have to plug in now. What do you think for the draft? What part?
Whoa, Connor, who's your pick?
What?
Who's your pick?
How about you?
Yeah, CJ Gardner Johnson.
Okay, you're just copying him now.
I mean, I thought that's
Say David Montgomery.
Nah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know about. I mean, Montgomery's still good,
He's gonna be a beast behind the O line.
but I think any running back we would have picked up would have been, good behind our O line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Montgomery stays healthy because Swift doesn't. Right? Swift is great behind our O line, but he doesn't stay healthy. David Montgomery can.
Didn't David Montgomery miss a couple games the first couple years of his career? But he's still like a pretty healthy guy though.
Yeah, he's a strong dude. But the Bears O line is terrible. People say it's good, but it's not good.
Yes, it's good.
Hutch and Will Anderson Jr. are gonna destroy that O line.
But yeah, so what holes do you think we need to plug in the draft? Since we're talking about how good our secondary is.
Will Anderson Jr.
That's not a hole though. We have good edge rushers now.
Who? John Kaminsky.
No, Hutch.
Okay, and
Houston.
Houston.
linebacker.
Yeah, but
Linebacker.
Wolves. The glaring one is linebacker. My opinion.
Yeah, but we don't have to get that at 6, I don't think.
Yeah, there's no linebackers that really would have like the 6th overall pick besides obviously Will Anderson, but he won't be there.
Because we're gonna get him at 3.
What do you think it would cost for us to move up to draft him?
Jeff Okuda in the 6th pick.
Mm,
That's,
mm.
that's, that's pretty scary trading. I don't know, and I don't even think that's worth it because Okuda, like, I don't
Are
know.
you kidding me?
I would take
You don't think Okuda is worth Will Anderson Jr.?
Okuda is the Cardinals will be stupid to take
Yeah,
that.
so the Cardinals will never pick that. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
I don't think we have like the revenue. Well, I mean the 6th and 18th, that would be insane.
I pulled the stats together, and Okuda had a better season last year than any secondary player that the Cardinals have on their roster. And he won't even start on our team next year.
But I don't think the Cardinals would.
The Cardinals were 3rd worst.
I don't think the Cardinals would do the 6th and Okuda. It'd have to be more.
We'd have to give up a second.
Okuda's been way too hurt.
Yeah. I mean, if you throw in some stuff later on, maybe, yeah. But, I mean, 6th and Okuda is probably the main part of the deal.
I don't know. I think you.
I'd give a 1st round next year, too, because everyone knows it's going to be pick 32.
I think you take. I think you risk it because after Anderson and Carter, maybe Carter, it drops so far. in talent.
All right, so are we talking about Carter now? Because I don't think Carter's all that great.
Well, I think let's just talk about what actually you think the Cardinals would accept that we could actually give them. Like realistic.
I say 6 and 18 or 6 and a CUDA or add a 2024 first.
6 and 18?
Yeah.
Well, that's a different question. It's what are we willing to give up and what are they willing
All
to
right, I pulled the stats for Will Anderson Jr. You want to hear him?
go for it?
Okay. All right. Micah Parsons, what did he have in his college career? Micah Parsons had 191 total tackles, 18 tackles for a loss, and 6.5 sacks in his total college career. Will Anderson Jr., 204 total tackles, 58.5 tackles for a loss. That's 40 more, and 34.5 sacks. He had 28 more sacks in his college career than Micah Parsons did. The guy's a stud.
Yeah, no, obviously we all know he's a stud.
And all you have to do is give up 6 and 18 maybe for him. Holmes is going to make it happen.
But
No,
that's
Alabama's whole schedule is cupcakes.
and it's so hard to like
O lines are still hard to get. O lines are still hard to get past though.
That draft capital. That would be a lot to give up for like. Obviously, we know what Anderson is, but he's not a proven commodity in the NFL. You know, there's been players who come out of the draft that's supposed to be the best players ever, and then they just can't. I'm not saying it's possible that we trade the 6th pick.
He's a freak athlete, and he is almost quadrupled Micah Parsons' stats in college.
And he fills a hole.
And if Holmes wants him, he's definitely going to get him. There's no doubt about it.
And we don't even know if the 6th and 18th pick would be enough to get that, because the Cardinals might even trade with like other teams.
It's definitely enough.
Yeah, the Cardinals suck at drafting first off, and Holmes has finessed everyone that he's worked with so far. If he wants Will Anderson Jr., he'll get him.
I think another team would be willing to give up more because they want to draft a quarterback at 3.
No one has more than we do. We have 4 draft picks in the first 2 rounds and players to trade.
Well, saying they could also trade a pick next year or anything like that. I don't know. I feel like
we have more.
I personally don't think it's gonna happen.
We have more assets than any team.
I think that'd be a lot to trade for a player who's not obviously hasn't been in the NFL yet.
He's the best athlete in the whole NFL draft. He's probably the best player in the whole draft, defense and offense.
That's what I'm saying. The talent drops off so far after like 6 picks.
I have another comparison to him too. Aaron Donald in his whole college career. Aaron Donald had 20 less tackles for a loss. He had 8 more tackles for a loss, and Will Anderson Jr. had 5 more sacks. So the comparisons are there stat wise. He's beating out Aaron Donald and destroying Micah Parsons.
How would you feel if we don't trade up to the 3rd pick and we have the 6th and our guy isn't there trading back? I wouldn't be opposed to trading back.
Well, that brings us to Carter. If Carter's there, we gotta take him.
You be on that, Frank Shaheen?
That's the other thing. Will Anderson Jr. is blowing everybody out, like stat wise, in this draft and in past drafts. Jalen Carter is not even the best defensive tackle statistically.
Who is?
All right. Well, these are a couple guys that Holmes will probably get later on. That Kalijah Cansey guy, he has in his career 8 more total tackles, 18 more tackles for a loss, and 10 more sacks than Jalen Carter.
But if you think about it, you got to think about also how good of like a freak athlete Jalen Carter is. Like, you know,
Kalijah Cansey his combine was just like Aaron Donald's. He had the same speed, same size as Aaron Donald, and he was better statistically than Aaron Donald.
What's the only reason? I feel like there's only one reason why you don't want Jalen Carter.
He's not the best tackle in the draft. He's just the big name from Georgia.
Not the off-season issues?
But physically he is, though. Like, he might not have the best numbers, but physically
physically at the combine, he failed. Where Kalijah Cansey and Bresty and all those guys, they passed.
Yeah, but defensive tackle is one of our biggest needs.
I understand that, and that's why I'm saying you can get Kalijah Cansey at 18 or in the second round.
So who do you get at 6 then, if not Jalen Carter?
Don't get him at 6. You move up and get Will Anderson Jr.
Well,
You can add Will Anderson Jr. and Kalijah Cansey in the first 2 rounds.
if we're being realistic, I don't think we're going to trade up to the third. But,
We know what you think.
But
If Holmes wants Will Anderson Jr., do you think he'll get him?
I think he will. He traded up for JMO, don't forget. He traded up from 32 to 18.
He finessed the Rams into getting 2 first-round draft picks and a great quarterback to lead your franchise. If he wants that guy, he'll get him.
Well, I think more realistically, if we had to put a percentage on it, the chances of us trading up to 3 is pretty slim. So I think we have to think about other things that might happen.
I think if we don't do that, I think we need to take a cornerback. You think that guy from the 49ers, he's gone after a year. So we need somebody in place.
Mosley.
Yeah, Mosley. You got Witherspoon. I think you take Witherspoon. Him and Kirby.
I think all the cornerbacks at 6 is too high.
Yeah. If you're thinking those guys, you trade back.
Yeah, those 3 guys are all interchangeable. I feel like Gonzalez, and then the other like Witherspoon and the other like the 3 top cornerbacks are all interchangeable.
Yeah, but think if we get rid of Okuda,
We can get
Mosley's gone.
them at 18. You know.
Yeah.
Another reason why I'm thinking we're moving up to get Will Anderson Jr. The Rams are now asking about Okuda, right? They're looking to trade for him. Why didn't we put that in a deal for Jalen Ramsey if Brad Holmes is thinking of using him for something different, like a trade with Arizona?
Jalen Ramsey is not
The Rams are asking for him now.
But what if Jalen Carter? What if we still got the 6th pick and Jalen Carter's not there because Seattle wanted to get him? What would you want then?
Trade back.
I think you have to trade back.
But then that means we lost.
Yeah,
We get Will Anderson Jr.
Well,
we didn't get Jalen Carter, who you guys want. There's no way that's going to happen.
I'm totally fine with trading back. Trading, like, we can get shit. Say we trade back for like to like the Titans and they give us some crazy like 2nd round and 3rd rounder and their 1st round pick. They want to get a quarterback. There's a lot of value at the 6th pick because there's still going to be like Richardson and probably still be on the board on Levy's or whatever.
He's going to drop if he's not taking in the first 5. Then he's going to drop.
I think 6 we have a lot that we can actually trade. It's a lot of good value. Is still going to be
so trade up?
I don't think that's realistic. Trading back is realistic.
Who's the best defensive player in the draft?
Will Anderson.
Trade up. You have the assets. Trade up.
It doesn't always work like that. You don't always get what you want.
Bro, it's the Arizona Cardinals. Okay. He's gonna finesse the F out of them.
Well, I say personally we're not gonna trade up.
Why?
I read a report today. There were one of 6 teams that contacted the Cardinals to trade.
They're talking to a lot of people right now about trading it.
And like I was saying earlier, if you think about it, I feel like a team who needs a quarterback is going to be willing to give away more.
But they might not have it.
You can put together some players and draft capital, even though like we do have 2 first rounders, but there's also teams that have a lot of good draft capital.
Wait, and even if they're moving up to take a quarterback, that means they're not taking Will Anderson Jr.
Yeah, then Seattle would take him.
Yeah, that's the problem. Seattle's going to take him. If Geno Smith just had a bad year, we would be fine.
Well, we'd be in the playoffs if Geno Smith had a bad year.
That's also true.
I think Holmes is going to do whatever he can to move up because Will Anderson Jr. will change the defense for sure. Putting him on the other side of Hutch And he's a linebacker too. He could play both positions. He's like James Houston. You know, James Houston and Will Anderson Jr. on both sides.
Are you saying that we will trade up? Is that going to happen?
We're 100% trading up.
Like it's gonna be set in stone. It's gonna happen.
I wouldn't say that.
Will Anderson Jr. is the best player in the draft, and Holmes needs to put together a package to get him. He'll change the defense.
Yeah, but what if somebody's offering the Cardinals more for a quarterback? They're going to take.
That's what I was saying.
Then obviously we're not going to get it, but we have the most to give up. We could give him 2 first-round draft picks and a first-round draft pick next year if we wanted
What about this? What about this though? So the Titans have been talking to the Cardinals. I've heard they could give up Derrick Henry because he's on the trade block and some first round pick and then first round.
What?
Taking Derrick Henry.
The Titans are not trading Derrick Henry. I'm sorry.
He's on the trade.
He is on the trade block.
But for who?
I'm just saying to the Cardinals.
Yeah, who are they drafting?
What?
Who would they draft at 3?
The quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback.
Who?
Anthony Richardson.
Oh God.
Or Levi's or Levi's, whatever the fuck.
Will Levis.
They can get him later on. He's going to drop to their pick anyway.
All right, so best case scenario for me at 6 is obviously trade up and get Will at 3. That's best case for me.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but we gotta put it on the board. That's not gonna happen.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think at 6, I think it's tough, but I think it's hard to. I would like me personally. I think we should go after Jalen Carter, take a risk. But from the culture that I've seen, like Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes has done, I don't think they would. I don't think they want to take a chance on him at 6. So I think we might be going after Wilson or Miles Murphy. That or else I think we trade back. I think we honestly could trade back for a team that wants to get a quarterback that really like Richardson or someone else, and we could trade back.
Okay, so what's your ideal first round? Who do you want coming out of the first round for us?
Obviously, Will Anderson won't be there, but yeah, obviously that'd be great. But I wouldn't mind Miles Murphy or trading back. If we get a
Miles Murphy.
if we get a good deal for someone who wants a quarterback, I say trade back. That's what I say.
All right, let's pull up Miles Murphy's stats. Let's see how he compares to Will Anderson Jr.
Well, he's obviously not going to compare to Will Anderson.
Let's see. Oh, he might. All right. Will Anderson Jr.'s career college stats. He's got 18 and a half. That's about half of what Will Anderson, 18 and a half sacks, 36 total tackles for a loss, 116 tackles.
And I know you gotta say when I say this, but obviously stats aren't everything.
Yeah, but dude, 34 and a half sacks in your career.
No,
I mean, that's more than Aaron Donald had.
So you
that's more than just saying stats. That's an insane number.
No, yeah, definitely. But I just think we're getting too hyped for to trade up. This is not gonna happen. There's no
Dude,
way.
he's the best player in the draft.
I know this.
And if Holmes wants him, he's gonna get him.
You won't always can get everything you want all the time.
Holmes has gotten everything that he's wanted so far. He has not let us down.
All right. So what's your worst case scenario then?
Jalen Carter at 6, and he's a bust.
That's your worst case?
Yeah.
You can't say he's a bust.
If we draft him and Bugs is starting over him, red flags are going off. Red flags.
So Grant, your worst case scenario at 6 is Jalen Carter.
No. Obviously, there's players much worse than him.
Well, really,
I'm saying I think he's going to be a bust for the Lions. That's what I think.
Why?
He won't want to be here. He's got too much going on with his life right now. He's not going to want to be here in Detroit.
I mean, I think Detroit's the city that a lot of people want to go to now.
Place to be.
No, it's the team that people want to play for. It's City. No, no one wants to come here. And Jalen Carter probably won't want to come here. Has he even met with us yet? I know he met with Chicago and Seattle.
I think he did.
I'm pretty sure he has.
He came here.
Yeah.
So
They were
worst,
me.
the worst
worst
case
case.
scenario for you, Grant, is Jalen Carter at 6.
No, because I wouldn't want a cornerback at 6. If we take Witherspoon at 6, I feel like that's a complete loss.
That's your worst case.
I think Witherspoon will be good, but I mean, we don't need that right now.
Too high for 3 corners that are interchangeable.
Huh?
Those 3 corners, Joey Porter, Gonzalez, and Witherspoon, I feel like they're all interchangeable.
Yeah, I mean, they're both going to be good. You know?
Also, I've heard some rumors about us getting an offensive lineman at 18. What do you guys feel?
No.
But I would get one in the second round.
We have top 5 offensive line.
Yeah, but our guards are going to be gone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Why do you think they're going to be gone? Why won't we pay them?
Well, Glasgow is probably going to be gone. He's probably going to retire after the season. And
Big V.
Vitai's gone. And then we're going to have to give Jonah Jackson a contract.
Just imagine, because I think at 18 we're going to be able to have like a top 3 or even top 2 selection at offensive line.
Yeah, but you're going to draft a backup offensive line at 18.
The offensive lineman could start over Glasgow or someone else.
But imagine if Glasgow and Jonah Jackson get hurt. Evan Brown's gone. We don't have him anymore. Who's backup on guard?
I wouldn't be mad at a top 2, top 3 offensive lineman at 18, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we should definitely get one. Maybe not at 18, maybe in the second round, but we should definitely
Who else is at 18 there you really like at that spot, to be honest?
I like Osiris Torrance. That guy is good.
What about Nolan Smith? Should we wait later for him? He had a really good combine.
No, he had horrible stats in college. Oh.
He's super fast. He had a really good
combine. He had a good combine, but he couldn't play. Dude, if you take Nolan Smith and you can't get a deal done for Will Anderson Jr., that's a loss. That is a loss.
Okay. And then later on in the draft, you still want to go quarterback, or how we feel about Bridgewater?
Nope, we're good with Bridgewater.
If he even accepts the contract, though.
Yeah, but he will. We'll get it done.
I mean, he's looking at it. He's been taking a lot of time.
I would love Hooker in the second round.
If you got to pick between Bridgewater and Hooker in the second round, who would you want?
Bridgewater.
Hooker, absolutely. You're already paying Goff 40, 30 million a year or whatever.
So why are you wasting a draft pick?
because
you can't afford a quality backup quarterback with his price.
Teddy Bridgewater is not that pricey.
I think I would rather have Bridgewater than use a second round pick on a quarterback that we have no idea how they're going to be. We know who Bridgewater is.
I mean, it might as well be Sudfeld. It's a guy that's not going to see the field. Goff does not take hits.
I am not risking my season.
Goff is not taking hits. The O-line is top 5.
But what I'm saying is that
any pressure, he's throwing it away.
He can twist his ankle gardening on Tuesday.
Jared Goff? You kidding me? He's an Iron Man, dude. He is not leaving the field this season.
Bridgewater is a lot safer than Hendon Hooker, to be honest.
It is safer, but it's more expensive.
Not by that much.
I think Hooker is good, and I'd love to have Hooker, but I just don't see it. Goff's our quarterback, and Goff's not getting hurt behind that O-line. And if he does, then we're gonna have the first pick in the draft and get Caleb Williams. Like win-win.
If Goff doesn't hurt, I trust Bridgewater more than Hendon Hooker, to be honest.
Well, yeah, he's coming off was it ACL?
Yeah. And Bridgewater, you know who he is. Bridgewater is probably one of the best backup quarterbacks.
Bridgewater is.
I wouldn't say best backup quarterback.
I think that's Geno Smith.
Well, Geno's a starter now. So.
And a back?
Yeah, but he was a backup quarterback.
Best backup quarterback right now. That'd be like
Nate Sudfeld.
Trey Lance.
He's gonna be a starter.
Oh God, that's so embarrassing. Imagine trading all that the 49ers traded to draft him at 3. Oh God.
Oh, this is a Lions podcast.
It is. Because you wanted the Lions to draft him.
Uh,
He did.
is that it? What else we got to talk about?
Well, I think we covered the draft pretty well. Well, we covered the first round at least. When it gets closer, we should talk about later rounds.
Yeah, I think we covered it pretty good. We only got 6 minutes left. Pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty successful. So, in conclusion,
Anyone have an outro?
trade up for Will Anderson or bust.
Yeah. Trade up for Will Anderson.
That's not true at all. Come on.
Dude, are you kidding me?
You have to admit, anybody else is a loss.
Bro, he averaged like 11 sacks per season.
You guys are being unrealistic. It's not gonna happen.
Trading back sounds good, but
Why do you
if you don't
say
hit
it's
on
not
those
gonna
2
happen?
picks, it was a waste.
Why do you say it can't happen?
It's just like it's hard. Obviously, like I don't. There's no way to say it, but it's
Well,
just
there's got to be a way to say it. Like, spit it out.
the percent chances of that happening is very slim. I think we need
What percent are you talking about?
the percent that's going to happen, that we're going to trade up to 3.
What percent is that?
It's 75% chance that we won't. 99% chance we won't.
Why?
Why do you think we will?
Because he's the best freaking player in the draft.
Man,
That's
everybody thinks like that. There's teams out
But
there.
everyone doesn't have what we have.
The teams out there like the tight ends.
We have 5 picks in the
Right.
first 3 rounds. No one else has that.
All right, well, we can put this on the board to remember. If
One
you,
thing-
You still haven't told me why.
He's got to think about it until next week.
we can put that on the board. I say that it's not going to happen. You say it's going to happen. That could be our first.
If it
First-
doesn't happen, it's going to be a sad day for everybody.
We're gonna do predictions. We'll keep track of records and how we do. See who actually knows what the heck they're talking about.
But I'll give it to you. If this was betting, like the odds of us trading up would be really high. So you kind of it's a hard bet for you. Obviously,
I
I'm
don't care about betting, dude. He's the best player in the draft. If we have a chance to get him, Holmes is going to get him. That's it. And if he doesn't get him, then that means he didn't want him.
What about last year? You could have done
He
the
was
same.
the best player in the draft.
For who?
Huh?
I'm talking about last year. If you're talking about Mahomes always gets the best player in the draft. What about last year? Hutchinson.
Is the best player in the draft.
What about Sauce?
Who won Rookie of the Year?
Sauce?
No, he didn't.
They did.
No, he didn't. Rookie of the Year was Aiden Hutchinson.
That was Pepsi Rookie of the Year. Whatever. There's multiple. It's stupid.
Oh, he won.
Sauce got defensive.
You think Sauce is better than Hutch? Hutch had more interceptions than Sauce.
I know. I'm just.
That's insane.
You're on a Lions podcast and you're saying to the Lions people, Gardner is better than Hutch.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was just saying for something for us to talk about. Sauce could have been a good spot too.
We'll save that for next week.
Holmes got Sewell, who's the best player in the draft.
Hmm.
Offensive lineman.
You have to trade up for him.
Yeah, he hasn't had to trade up yet, and he's going to do it. That was going to be the first time.
We can put that on the board.
No, he traded up for J-Mo.
Yeah, for him.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
No, I didn't see that coming.
I'm still kind of nervous about him.
He'll ball out this year. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right, who got an outro? Someone do a cool outro.
Well, one thing you gotta
Hold on. I got another thing to say too.
All right.
Oh.
A lot of editing for Zizio.
I said one thing. Brad Holmes turns over every film. Make sure he looks at everybody.
Exactly.
I'm not worried about it.
Here's another player that is better than Jalen Carter. That is a complete steal, and he's a Brad Holmes 4th round type guy. Isaiah McGuire from Missouri.
Oh my God.
117 total tackles, 32 tackles for a loss, 17 and a half sacks.
What's his position?
Defensive tackle, 11 more sacks than James.
Missouri
Yep.
at pick 6.
James Houston from Jackson State?
It's a 7th round pick.
Yes, and he's a steal. Watch
Exactly. You don't take
I'm
somebody
telling-
from Missouri.
I'm telling you, Isaiah McGuire. Remember the name. He'll be a late round steal from Brad Holmes.
Late round, yeah. I'm not taking him at 6.
Yeah, and when did I say 6? I said keep this name in mind for a late round steal.
I like Carl Brooks too a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good people out there.
Who is that?
You don't know Carl Brooks? I gotta look up some stats for you guys.
Did you know Isaiah McGuire before I told you?
I think I didn't hear his
All
name.
right, guys. We're gonna save this for next week because we had a good pod.
We're broke and our time is running out.
Someone do an outro.
All you,
Will Anderson Jr. Will Anderson Jr.
thanks for listening to the pod.
Jr.
Roar the roar, baby. It's the
Thanks
brand
for listening to the Blue Roar Detroit. Let's go, Detroit.
the brand new Lions.
Bye.